Ladies, have you ever stopped to think about what being in control truly means? I mean, really thought about it. I had this conversation in my group, the Confident Women's Network on Facebook, on Friday, and thought I'd do a video as it was such a great conversation. Now, control isn't just having the reins, right? It's understanding why you're actually holding them in the first place. And it is an amazing topic, so let's dive into it. Control is a very, very seductive word, isn't it? It promises power, stability and predictability. But what if I told you that this very craving for control is often what throws you into chaos? Sounds paradoxical, right? Well, my lovely, life is full of these contradictions. First off, consider the control you think you have in your professional lives. You strive to manage every detail, from deadlines to meetings, thinking you're driving the business forward, right? But are you really in the driver's seat, or are you just reacting to what's thrown at you? The constant chase often leaves you drained, with your creativity and spontaneous, behaviours stuck in the boot, the trunk. Now let's talk about relationships. Ever tried to steer the ship dictating how and when it sails? We might believe that by managing every little aspect we can avoid the storms, but in reality we end up missing out on the adventure of riding the waves together. True connections thrive in shared control, where vulnerability meets trust. And what about personal life? Ever obsessed over a diet, an exercise routine, or a to-do list? Thinking that if you could just get it right, everything would just fall into place. We often cling to those routines as if they're like life rafts, not realising that they're actually, anchoring us and holding us back from truly experiencing the ebbs and flows of life. So why do we cling to control like a lifeline? It's fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of losing what we think defines us. But here's the thing, control is often just an illusion, a safety net with holes too big to catch us so that we fall. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating for a free-for-all kind of lifestyle where you do anything at any time. What I'm suggesting is a shift in your perspective. It's about recognising that whilst you can steer the ship, you can't control the sea, and it's about finding that balance. Change, my lovelies, is not only possible, it's inevitable. Remember, it's the constant, and it happens faster than you think, especially if you're a little bit further along the journey like I am. Age, contrary to popular belief, is not a barrier for transformation. With years, comes wisdom and experience and resilience of the weathers of change. So how do you pivot from rigid control to graceful navigation? Well, it starts with awareness. Recognising the areas in your life where control is more like a prison than a tool. From there, challenge yourself. Start loosening the grip. Start small. Let go of one little thing each day that you usually micromanage. Observe, reflect, learn from the experience. By embracing change and releasing control, you open yourself to a world of possibilities. We experience life in the full spectrum with its ups and its downs and its twists and its turns, and isn't that what living is all actually about? So my lovelies, I leave you with this. Control is not the key to happiness. The real power lies in your ability to adapt, to flow with the currents of life. Remember, the only person you control is yourself. Your actions, your responses, your growth, that's you. And when you do that, you're not losing out. You're actually winning the game of life. And that's what it's all about. Change is not just possible, it's waiting around the corner for you. And trust me when I say it's more thrilling than you can imagine, especially when you realise that it's never too late to write your book, turn the page, start a new chapter. Love to hear your comments below. Send me a DM and I'll reach out for a chat.